Alright, hello. This is the Ground Sloth here with a Coco video guide. This is 6.5. The reason why is because this is an errata video, not an erotic video, okay? Yes, it's the Ground Sloth down and dirty video, right? Adults only, like no kids allowed YouTube section of YouTube you never knew existed. I'm just joking. So essentially, we're gonna go ahead and, well, here's the reason for the errata. All right, so Coco, she has a trait. Now I have her at one star, so this is why I missed it. But I forgot that as it goes up to 5 star, she gets up to 20% increased HP. This is an HP stat similar to a boost similar to the Brutal Axe's gear skill. It occurs in combat, so it's a pretty weighty, good value percentage. Okay, so starting up Coco doesn't just increase, like, you know, when you get our 5 star, you get the happiness at 100%, right? But getting that percentage extra boost to her HP is so big, and we're gonna actually see the changes that occur. Now, I'm not going to go through in another 30-minute video, okay? The reason why those videos are so long is because I can't assume everyone knows everything. And I kind of want to go through every single step in a calculation and where I got things and derived things once, so other people can follow along. And if I make an error, you can point it out to me, of course. 2, that you can learn it as well for yourselves, so that you're more knowledgeable about how these kind of things work. And about the game in general. Now, there is another HP percentage increase that I didn't add as well, that I noticed. There is an engraving that does give HP increase, and that is the Wand Cup. This is a PvP only HP increase, because the resonance is not allowed in PvP, so it turns into HP percentage. However, Coco is not a unit that's going to want Wand Cup. She doesn't need the energy refund, and she doesn't have long cooldowns. But if you do put it on her, it will turn into this during PvP, HP 8 attack and defense 5%. It's not relevant, but it's good to know just in terms of our knowledge base. Okay, so what I ended up doing is I did all the errata changes and calculations beforehand and made the changes on a handy dandy blank paint page. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Okay, here it is. Now, I have to note that these scores here, okay, all represent the base attack value that I increased, okay, and then multiplied by the Brutal Axe's 10% HP in combat, okay? So this represents 110. Oh my gosh, this is why I don't use my this represents 110%, these numbers, okay? But since Coco's HP is a 20% increase, that goes to 130%. So you'll see here, these new values are going to be the 130%, okay? And this value right there. Now, to kind of keep consistent, red is going to be the HP value and calculations when it comes to the non-RNG HP values. So this is the HP that you'll be able to get Coco at 5 star, okay, from the talent tree with gear, okay, weapon at 5 star, and a trinket at 1 star, I believe, okay, is what I did here. Level 60 Tarot Whisper. No percentage increases from Tarot Whisper or gear engravings, okay? Or no flat HP from Tarot Whispers or gear engravings. So you'll get about 10,208 HP in combat with Coco. So we see that I messed up on the numbers by about 1,400 points of HP. Whoopsie. So a quarter, what is that? How does that affect our theory crafting? Well, if we take a look, the numbers here, we have 25% and 45% of 10,208. We have the corresponding values here and here. That's what those are. Okay. Now, what is the range value with the skull? Well, I have that little icon that kind of looks like the healing regen like icon. Essentially, though, we did another video. Last video was we take the healing amount and we boost it with healing effect increase. And that healing effect, we found we can boost it up from 40 to 55% with the Priestess Tarot. Okay? So we boosted that sucker up a lot. In addition to having the engraving, they gave a 10%. So that's a 10% plus 30% is 40% on the low range. But then when a character is dying, you get an extra 15%. That's what the skull is. So essentially, this 2,552 heal that was a quarter of her HP can be boosted from using that kind of gear anywhere from 3,572 or up to almost 4,000 when a character is dying. Similarly, we have the 45% skill, 45% of our HP is right here. And then when boosted, that healing range is here. Now, we did kind of go over what the HP maxes of other units will typically be, anywhere from 6,500 to about 85 or 9,000 maybe. That is a lot of HP heal when you boost it on the other target. And this does not include whether or not the other target has healing received up, okay, on themselves, which they possibly could have, right? So this is something that everyone will be able to achieve, okay? Now, in yellow, we discussed that in yellow, we did that little metaphor of going through the fast food drive-thru. The amount of thought and effort it will take to get to the yellow stats isn't much. Basically, as long as you're aiming for HP percent nodes on your Tarot Whisper and your engravings, right? And you do that system with that in mind, you will probably get the average results at the very least after a few times of trying, right? Might not even, you can probably do it in the first day, right? If you have enough resources, right? Enough chances to get to these yellow numbers. And if we could take a look here, like the difference here from 10,208 to 12,071 is pretty good, right? So, okay. So, like, it is worth investing in getting those HP percentages because that's going to affect her max HP by about 2,000 points of HP, which is a lot. And as you can see, it's going to affect her quarter heal. It's going to go up by about 500. Her 45% heal will go up about 800 points or so. Okay, and then here you can see the ranges, right? So when they're boosted, we're getting about 7,600 for her 45% heal. So this is, again, with not too much effort, but at the very least, you're aiming for it. Now, I don't know about you, but sometimes when I play games, I will get the character, play a game and such like this, right? But then it's like, I'll do my own thing or whatever, but then I'm just kind of cruising through the game without much thought, you know. But then it's like, I really know this character should be stacking HP. What does that look like when you actually do it? Well, with not too much effort, this is what it looks like. And so these numbers should tell you should probably do it, right? Like, I'm not saying that you should grind forever to get the best values, right? But essentially, these numbers do tell us that if you at least try, you're going to get some good gains, right? 7,600 heal. That's a pretty hardy heal for not trying too hard in this game, right? Coming from Coco, who is just a defender unit. It's not. She's not a watcher, mage, healer. Okay, so this is pretty good as someone who can act as your off healer, right? Healing only one target at a time, but when she does heal, with these specific skills, it's really good healing. Now let's look at the green range. Now, of course, the green range is going to be the one most impacted by my mistake. We almost got upware of about 15,000 HP as the max, going from 12,500. So I missed the mark by about 2,500 points. Whoopsie. And of course, the ranges do reflect that. I'm not going to explain how we get to these range values again, right? 0.25%. A 25% HP heal looks like that. 45% HP heal looks like that. And we have the ranges. So if you're seeing in combat, like characters receiving heals of this amount, you know you're going after someone who is either a whale who had so much resources, or maybe not a whale, but a person who dedicated a vast majority of the resources on Coco instead of all their characters, right? Or someone who is extremely lucky, right? In all three of those scenarios, we should probably be upset at them. Okay, so there we go. So that's the errata. I tried to make it as short as possible, but I did have to explain what this chart meant, right? So instead of doing an hour of calculations and making a video and explaining it, I got it down to about 13. Okay, well, there we go. Again, from the top, down below, and shrunk down for you. Okay, so if you want to take a picture of it or something, but that's the errata. Sorry and thank you. That is a lot of healing, my goodness.